Morning.
Good, good morning.
How you doing, Justin?
Good.
All right, as you guys join, just please write your ID in the chat box. Thank you. I'm gonna unmute all of you for now and mute you later so we can say hello. How are you all?
Good.
Good. Anything new?
No.
I was really, really pleased with your work last week, guys. You did some phenomenal work. And we're going to start out the class by sharing some of the work today. You deserve to have that highlighted. I'm just checking your IDs now. If you're just joining us, make sure your ID's in the chat box. Morning, guys. If you're just joining us, please put your ID numbers in the chat box. Cute. So Evan, David, Chris, can you all put your IDs in the chat box, please? Thanks, Evan. Thanks, Alex.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning. Is that Morrison?
No, David.
Oh, hi, David. How are you, sweetie?
Good, and you?
I'm good. So good to hear your voice. How you been? I would love to hear from all of you. Go ahead, tell me.
Yeah,
What's
not really much going on. Just like staying inside, doing homework, and trying to stay active by getting some work out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my life right now too, is staying active and getting my work done. And cooking, of course. That's always kind of interrupting my day now because I'm at home. I have to make lunch for everybody. All right, Graham and who else just joined us? Sophie, can you guys put your ID numbers in the chat box, please? Thanks, Chris and Nicholas, 048. And Sophie, thank you. All right, Graham, can you please put your name, rather your ID in the chat box? Thank you, sir. And Blake, if you'll put your name or your ID in the chat box, please. Looks like we're gonna have pretty good attendance today. This is good. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I might stop again in a bit just to let some more people in. Bakari is joining us now. Bakari, could you please write your ID number in the chat box? All right. I'm going to put you all on mute, but at any time, if you feel like you want to share something, maybe I've done something wrong or you can't hear me or whatever, you just want to share a comment, just either raise your hand or just speak outright, please, okay? So, I'm going to start by showing some work from last week because there was some stellar work. I'm not going to show everybody's because there were some people that turned in some work and they said they wanted to continue working on it. And when they finish, we'll see the rest of their work. I felt like that they showed enough to make me feel like they were all about it and just wanted to go a little step further so that they'd have better chances of competing or just enjoying their work more. Okay, so we're gonna start with Bakari's. He did some of these might take longer than I expect today. Download, terribly long. So Bakari did a rap. Guess it's a song, not a rap. Yeah, right.
It's ready by the day. We have about 900,000. That's all we know. Get more than 100,000. I'm sure science started to wait their overrun. Call it something like HDH or try to call it up the day. I really hope that everyone stays safe. Coronavirus too. What's the virus going to do? It has symptoms. So we have to wear masks. I'd rather see these girls who try to wear.
All right, thank you, Bakari. That was lovely. Not really sure if you. I'm not really sure whether you'd rather be in my class. I think that. No comment. Smart guy. Okay. All right, so the next one we're seeing is Justin's. Jaden did one as well, but he's not sure if I'm gonna have time to scoop it up here and find it. Let me see, maybe I can. Jaden, it was pretty good too. It is. Sorry about that. Let me see where we're at. Enter to win. All right, his is about ready to open. Justin's. Justin, why don't you remind us what yours was about?
Mine was about COVID-19. It was a presentation on how to prevent it and what it was.
Great, here it is.
Coronavirus by Justin Lee. What is coronavirus? Coronavirus is an illness caused by a virus that can spread from person to person. The virus that causes COVID-19 is a new coronavirus and is spread throughout the world. COVID-19 symptoms can range from mild morning symptoms to severe illness. How to prevent the spread of coronavirus? Stay home as much as possible and avoid close contact with others. Wear a cloth face covering that covers your nose and mouth in public settings. Clean and disinfect frequently touch surfaces. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Other facts. You also practice social distancing. If you must go in person, stay at least 6 feet away from others and disinfect the items you must touch. Get deliveries and takeout, and limit in-person contact as much as possible. Older adults and people of any age who have serious underlying medical conditions may be at risk for more severe illness. Thank you. This was Justin Bridges. Have a great day.
All right. Nice work. Professionally done. Did you use just Zoom to record that?
No, I used the Microsoft thing. I don't know what it's called. We press Windows and then NG.
Okay. Did it bet? Oh, okay. Oh, here's one I want to show. This is one that Blake and Graham did together. It's in my email, but I think it's worth searching up. It was very funny and well done. So enjoy it, guys.
But what does that even mean? Well, Dave, it all has to do with geometric curve. Well, Dave, what is geometric curve? It would be easier, but you should. Two of the common types of curve are arithmetic. One grain of wheat on the first square, 2 for the second, 4 for the third, and so on until all 64 squares meet. King hastily put the wheat beat. The board started off slow, but it soon got too much to handle as it doubled by each square. At the 21st square, what the king didn't know is that the entire world would have run out of wheat just as the 41st square. The kingdom ran out of wheat so fast that they couldn't even pay the farmer properly. Sure did, Dave. The king suffered from what's called exponential growth bias, which is the tendency of people to underestimate the power of exponential growth. People don't understand that the number can get that big that fast. Like if the number of people infected by the virus was to double every day, then one person has this entire nation in less than a month. That's crazy, but it's also why we should practice social distancing to flatten that curve and keep those numbers down. Speaking of social distancing, 6 feet, Dave.
Nice job, guys. Contest worthy for sure. All right. Are you guys planning to join or register, or did you already register? Comments? Comment, Blake?
Well, I started to do it, and there was a lot of steps, so I didn't get to finish turning it.
Oh, it's not that. Yeah, please do it. I mean, it could make the difference for one of you brothers. Not that you need it, but it's always nice to know that it's there. And maybe it could mean the difference between an Ivy League college and a state college if you're looking that way. Who knows? All right, I don't know what's happening here. Let me see what's going on. Okay, it's ready. So this is, whose was this? Oh, Jamie's. All right.
So I did a project on COVID-19. So my second mention was COVID-19 is an illness that is caused by a virus. The virus that causes this is a newly contagious and is spreading from people to people all over the world. And the symptoms range from very mild to very severe, and in some cases, there are no symptoms at all. So these are some tips on how to avoid catching COVID-19. But during this time, it is very important to practice social distancing. Staying in your house and only leaving your outside, right? Limiting in-person contact and staying 6 feet apart from all people, except for your family. And see that these are some other tips for how to be safe during the pandemic. You can wear a mask when you go outside. Again, all for necessities like going to the grocery store or the bank. You also should clean and disinfect commonly touched areas like the kitchen counter, some chairs, just like stuff like that. And you should also wash your hands frequently and use hand sanitizer frequently because sometimes some of the germs can get on your face. I mean, they can get on your hands and you can touch your face. And that's a way that you can get it. And these are the sources that I used. So yeah, thank you for watching my presentation.
All right, great. Excellent job. Here's Jesse's. I don't think either of the girls are with us today, but
My name is Jessica Hayden. I'm from the Services Period 2 class, and the date is April 21st, 2020. Today, we're going to be talking about oxidation. So, let's begin about the science behind oxidation, the basics. Oxidation is commonly known as when an object is exposed to oxygen and there is a certain effect. The most well-known example is when a piece of fruit turns brown when it is exposed to oxygen. However, that is not the only way a substance can undergo this process. Oxidation, one molecule loses electrons during a chemical reaction. When it loses an electron, it also increases its oxygen state. You may think this is all. However, oxidation does not work alone and cannot work alone. It is accompanied by its partner in crime, redox. So there is one process. There are actually two branches that you need, redox and oxidation, that make this process complete. Also known as oxidation reduction. This process is the opposite of oxidation. In this process, an atom gains electrons. Oxidation and reduction also work together in a single reaction. One common example of oxidation reduction is rusting. In this process, when oxygen reacts with iron, it loses its 3 electrons, while the oxygen is gaining or stealing its electrons, like a cycle. The substance loses and the oxygen gains. This creates a chemical reaction, changing the visible state of the iron into a weak red substance. So, in the process, oxygen gain metal is changed from a strong silver piece of metal to a weak, brittle, red substance. These are the resources that I used to get this information. And I would like to thank you all for listening today to my presentation. If you have something about oxidation, I certainly did. Bye.
Okay. Isabella did a nice little video. Let me see, it shouldn't take too long to download. Abed, I know that you and somebody else has joined us. Who was it? Make sure you write your ID numbers in the chat box. I don't remember who else joined us since we started.
So I did a project on
Oh, sorry,
COVID-19.
that's not the right one. I apologize. Let me go back and find Isabella's. I thought that was it in the corner of my screen. Try again with hers. Okay.
Good afternoon. We're here today to learn about the global crisis that is COVID-19 and the impact it is having on our world. While the coronavirus has impacted people's health and well-being, it is also having a massive impact on our country's economy. Thousands of people are becoming unemployed, people are dying, and many cities that were once full of life are now dull and white. Families struggling to support one another and to pay bills, as it is clear that the U.S. government was not equipped for this massive unemployment. And to pay bills, as it is clear that the U.S. government is not equipped for this massive unemployment. There are 43,331 deaths in the United States. This number will keep on rising if people don't realize the seriousness of this pandemic and take the necessary precautions to avoid it. As it has been reported that the ozone layer is in the best condition it's been in years, and our pollution levels have gone down. So this quarantine is helping something. Here we have some drawings about unemployment levels going up. If you go out, you should wear masks to avoid the coronavirus.
All right, nice little computer graphics on that one. All right. I'll probably show about 5 or 6 more and then we'll just stop. I really loved Francie's. It was very cute. All right.
My name is Francie Jafar, and I'm going to take you back into time. According to Robert Half, judge that Carnegie 6 states where we got it. You could think now the third stage, water came to our earth. Stromatolites, also known as living rocks, have these single cell life forms called microbes. And these rocks grow and change. Now the red stage. Remember the little reds I was talking about? Yeah. They start using sunlight for energy. This process called introducing oxygen trading hormones. One molecules constants forming and breaking. But luckily, volcanoes are still active, letting out carbon dioxide that was heating up our planet. Now our plants and animals are thriving. And
I really liked her energy on that. It was fun. All right. So, yours an email. It's worth showing for sure. Yeah. Let me see what's going on. Okay. Time to download. So while we're waiting, what I want you to do is make sure you're on Canvas and go to the assignment called Sweat. We'll get back to his video as soon as it's downloaded. Just click on this assignment right here and go ahead and copy a Google Doc while you're waiting for his, okay? So you're gonna open this doc, should see something like this. And here's Alex, just about to open.
Hello, this is Alex News. Right now, a brief overview of the coronavirus. Well, what's the means? So, together, the Victorian scientists this year's best the coronavirus. The coronavirus has killed 200,000 people worldwide. 2 million people have been infected. Number 2, bat soup. Explain my opinion how a guy eating a bat soup in China led to a toilet paper shortage. The original virus can be traced back to bats. COVID-19 originated from a wet market in Wuhan, China. Number 3, respiratory virus. Holy coronavirus, we need toilet paper. It's a respiratory virus, not Chipotle. Coronavirus is an illness that can spread from person to person. The virus that causes COVID-19 is a new coronavirus that spread throughout the world. Symptoms can range from mild, no symptoms, to severe illness. Please avoid mass gathering. Just back with people. So here's some ways that you can avoid the spread. Stay at home, which is probably the easiest way to do something. The easiest way to avoid getting the virus is just staying at home. And when you're doing necessary tasks like going to the grocery store or baking, you should try to pick up as reflex you can and be sure to wear a mask. Number 5, keep washing my hands for 20 seconds, 57 times one day. Good news, there is a way to fight infection. And the best way to do that is to wash your hands. You should wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water for 20 seconds. And that's all I have for today. This is Dr. Graves signing off.
Cool. All right, I haven't really been one for memes, but that's just because I don't have time. But I really enjoyed that one with Batman and Robin. Very funny. Okay. Okay, this one was very professionally done. I enjoyed it. So Evan, I know that you rejoined us, or maybe you just joined us for the first time. I'm not sure which. If it's for the first time, write your ID in the chat box, please. And I thought I just downloaded that, but I didn't. Let me try again. Okay, here comes. This one's going to take a bit of time as well. So what can we do meanwhile? This week's assignment, you're going to be reading and answering some questions related to the reading like we've been doing for quite some time. So just think about for the first question. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and start this video. And the first question, get too hot. You cool off on a hot day. And the second question, if you can't sweat. All right. So here's the first those questions.
For many, a day like today calls for one thing.
It's relaxing, soaking it up my head. Hope it lasts another 6 months.
There's a reason they're called the lazy days of summer. Heat slows down the central nervous system, making us feel tired. And though many of us would take summer over winter any day, any extreme temperature is stressful to the body.
Definitely a lot more sluggish, more fatigued, that's for sure. It'll maybe short-tempered.
Extreme heat can throw our brain chemicals off balance and affect our mood. Blood pressure can also drop in the heat, which means your heart needs to work harder to make up for it.
If you're dehydrated, then you have a less, that will tend to bring the blood pressure down. And that's why, like we said, people like they're dizzy. That's because their blood pressure is getting
harder. That's because it is too hard, and you could experience an exertional heat stroke.
If they're running into problems with fluid balance or with electric, that's a common early of heat stress, particularly in people on exercise.
The flip side of harder workout.
You'll become fitter in terms of how much exercise you can do in the heat. And it does translate to a certain degree also to a non-hot environment.
Whether you exercise in the heat or not, we all have one built-in adaptation after several days exposure to warmer temperatures.
Create more sweat, develop more what we call heat-activated sweat glands. And each one of those glands secretes more sweat as a result of the adaptations that occurs.
Keep hydrated before you're thirsty. To replace all the fluids that you lost. Also protect your skin. It's your largest organ. With heavy sweating, the glands can clog up and get irritated. That can lead to a rash on your skin. If you have sunburn, the skin's damaged and doesn't sweat out properly, and that's your main method of cooling yourself. Meaning.
So the upside for exercising a day like this, you get a much better workout. You're in better shape.
Technically, yes.
All right, so what can happen if you get too hot? Name 3 things that help you to cool off on a hot day.
Drinking
Let's
water.
first drink water. Okay, so let's first talk about if you get too hot, you can become dehydrated. Okay, that means that your blood pressure will what? If you have less water in the blood, is your blood pressure going to go up or down?
Up.
Less water means you're going to have less pressure, so it's going to go down. Okay. You feel tired, get dizzy, or even faint, and your heart will have to work harder to pump that blood. So you can write all these things down. You can even experience a heart attack or stroke. And that's not just for happens to young people. So make sure you stay hydrated. And as the days get hotter, try to do your exercise in the early morning or early evening so that you don't have to have your body working so hard. I typically go out for my jogs or play tennis in like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, that I'd often get headaches, and that was probably a sign that I just probably should slow down and do it a little later in the day. Muscles can cramp due to loss of electrolytes through sweating. That's another thing that can happen. I'm sure all of you have experienced muscle cramps at some point in your life. That's not very comfortable. But sweating is good. Sweat is a liquid that allows your body to cool. What happens when you sweat? How does that help your body?
Goes off your body and gets
You're
rid
cooling
of the
yourself.
toxins.
You're cooling yourself.
Why? What happens? A bed?
Can you repeat the question? You lagged when you were talking about it.
Evaporates. The sweat, it takes heat off your body. That's why it cools your body, okay? So if you sweat, you need to replace the liquids that you use by drinking water and or Gatorade or other drinks with electrolytes. What's on your head, Chris? You got a do-rag on your head? You're going for a new look. What's the little tie here? The tie.
It's the do-rag.
That's what I thought it was. You need to get the tie out of your eye.
You can hurt yourself, Chris.
Like that. Go. Okay. So you should stop overexerting yourself by lying down and cooling your body with a cold bath or shower if you have heat stroke. Okay, so if you have heat stroke, you want to cool off your body with a cold shower or bath. Hopefully it won't get that bad. Number 2 says, why is it a bad thing if you can't sweat? Well, we just said so. Isn't working and you could overheat. I hope you'll steal some of those answers from me to make your lives a little bit easier for this week's assignment. If you haven't yet opened the assignment, make sure you do so and copy and paste your questions into a Google Doc. So you'll be ready to work on those because we're going to answer those after we finish getting through some of the rest of these videos from your classmates. Doesn't sound like my class. Doesn't look like my class. All right, so let's go ahead and begin reading. And it looks like this video from Henry is gonna open any minute, but we'll gladly have an interruption from the reading when it's time. So the reading, if you go here on where it says read, you're gonna click on that link, open the link. Well, you don't need to do that now because I'm gonna show it on my screen. Let's go back to that question for a minute. Where was that? The first question from the reading that we're gonna be answering is, why does Yana Kambarov smile when she sees her twins begin to sweat? Okay, we're gonna answer that question in just a minute, but let's go ahead and watch this video. It's just about to open, this one from Henry.
This is a sound wave. It is created by This is a sound wave. It is created by vibrations of the substance. The amount of the ups and downs of this wave are the sound frequency. Sound frequency is the pitch of a sound. The higher the frequency, the higher the pitch will be. There are an infinite number of sounds in the world around us. The frequency of these sounds makes them sound higher or lower pitch. This is a low pitch sound. It has a lower frequency. This is a higher pitch sound. It has a higher frequency. As people get older, they lose their ability to hear higher pitch sounds. If you are age 70, you might not be able to hear this sound. If you are age 40, you might not be able to hear this sound. If you are young, you will be able to hear this sound. There is a sound playing here. Most people just won't be able to hear it. If you listen, sounds are all around us. Thank you for listening.
So it was nice seeing the places around the shores, and I also wondered just by if you guys can either shake your head yes, I guess that would be nod your head yes, or shake your head no. How many of you heard the sounds, the last sound that he played? I'm just curious. Haven't heard it. You can give me a thumbs up or something to let me know. Okay, so some of you didn't hear it, but some of you did. I think Evan was the only one who gave me a thumbs up. Anybody else? Okay. All right, going on to our next one. We're about through the ones that I want to show, I think. There's a lot of good ones. Is Emily with us today? Show it. Otherwise, I'm gonna just go by it. And Janae's is with us. Let's show Janae's work here. It's pretty good. Janasia, did you send it by email? I think you did, right? Confirm for me. Yeah, she did, I remember. Is it here? Oh, I just gotta click on the link. Okay, let me try this. It's this one. No, is it in here? Oh, it's this one. Okay, I'm trying, sweetie, but okay, maybe that'll come on in a minute. I'm not sure. Oh, is it up here? No. All right, we're just gonna have to go past that one, I think. Oh, here's the Powtoon. This is Janasia's. All right, enjoy. It's very cute. I'm stopping hers because I do remember that she didn't quite finish it. So we're gonna go on. Maybe, I think that's the last one. Okay, so let's get down to the business of our lesson. Where were we? Okay, here's the reading. And let's just take turns reading today, and I'll read a paragraph or so, and then I'll ask somebody to take over, okay? So in February, a man in Chicago, Illinois, brought food to two friends who had recently lost a family member. He hugged them too. Is this the right one? Sorry, this isn't the right article. This is for another class. Hold on a second. Right? Let me check the title. Oh no, this isn't it. All right. I thought I opened it. Apparently, it's not open. 1 second. So we need to click on this link. I thought I did this. All right, so it's cooling jobs, soaking in sweat. In the sticky, muggy heat of summer, it seems like every movement can make you sweat. As beads of salty water appear on your forehead and your shirt starts to stick to your back, you might run to find the nearest air-conditioned room. But when Anna Kombarov's 3-year-old twins began to sweat, she just smiles. I like sweat, she explains. Kombarov works at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. As an evolutionary biologist, she studies how animals evolved over time. And when she sees her kids sweat, she knows that they are activating a trait humans evolved to keep from overheating. You're built for this, she says. The reason you don't overheat and die is because your sweat glands activate to cool you off. That's the answer to the first question. David, can you begin reading there where it says to anyone?
Yes.
Thank you.
Where?
Right here.
All right. So where do you want me to read to?
And just read like 3 paragraphs.
All right. To anyone trapped in a crowded space filled with stinking, sweaty people, Kombarov's enthusiasm might seem a bit bizarre, but she's not alone. Sweat fascinates science the world over. Some of Kombarov want to know where we got our sweaty skin. Others are trying to put our natural strength to good use. They're out to track your health, and even Patrick Taylor is here. Speaking of for sweat, Kombarov didn't always have such an appreciation for perspiration. As a teen, she wanted to be an archaeologist, some who studies human history. I've always liked history, she explains. I like to know where things came from. But when she took a class on archaeology in college, the shine wore off. I didn't want the chip stone in a desert somewhere, she says. It's just not me.
All right, Sophie, can you continue?
Where are we exactly?
Right at the top of the page instead.
Okay, instead, Kombarov realized she was fascinated with the history of humans as a species. She wanted to combine her love with biology, studying living things, with anthropology, the study of human culture. Her ultimate goal was to find out how humans as a species came to be. Part of what makes our species what it is today, she soon realized, is how people look. We stick out like a sore thumb among primates, she says. Humans are often called the naked ape, even as the hairiest people lack the thick mat of fur seen on apes, such as chimpanzees or gorillas. We have hair and plenty of it, but the strands are thin. That leaves our skin exposed and covered in sweat glands. 3 types of glands dot our skin. They release secretions onto the surface. Sebaceous glands appear mostly on our face and scalp. They put out oily chemicals that moisturize the skin and hair. They also help waterproof the skin. A type of sweat gland known as apocrine cover our armpits and genital regions. These glands secrete a thick substance full of fats. Bacteria feed on those fats, at the same time producing the smell we lovingly call body odor.
All right, so this paragraph right here, number 2, what are the 3 types of glands found on human skin and what do they do? And then we're gonna learn how to, which we already talked about, so I'm gonna let you answer that question on your own. And what are 2 key mammal traits will come next, okay? Where am I? All right, Justin, can you continue, please?
Or my headphones are not working.
Oh, okay, thanks. Can you still read? Not really? Okay. Bakari, you want to start there? But
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Thanks, Justin.
But eccrine glands dominate most of our skin real estate. They produce the watery salt sweat that helps the skin cool off. These glands show up everywhere from your feet to your scalp and appear as neighbors to those sebaceous glands on your face. The apocrine glands in your armpits and genitals, the only places people don't have eccrine sweat glands are on the skin of their lips and nipples.
Okay, go ahead.
I missed that. You were lagging.
Can you continue?
Yes. And wow, can humans pump out sweat? Even when relaxing at home, people produce about 500 milliliters of sweat per day. But when working out in the heat, people can pump out up to 10 liters of the stuff. Our mechanism for cooling ourselves off is to sweat. Kambarov explains, in order to do that, we have an enormous abundance of sweat glands.
All right, one more.
Those sweat glands are connected to the nerves. The nerves are controlled by a part of the brain called the hypothalamus. It sits at the base of the brain, roughly behind the bridge of the nose. It senses when our body temperature is rising, such as when we exercise or step outside on a hot day. When the heat is on, the hypothalamus signals our eccrine glands to rev up.
Great job. All right, Bakari?
Yes.
Can you continue?
As they spring into action, they suck water and salt from the spaces between our cells. The liquid collects in the gland. Pumps there will force out most of the salt. The remaining watery solution squirts out onto the surface of our skin. Their wind and air evaporate the sweat along the way, removing some of the body's heat. Humans certainly sweat a lot, but we don't sweat alone. In fact, Kambarov notes sweat is a
somebody else. Okay.
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Yes, ma'am.
Top of the page.
Humans certainly, that paragraph, Prisha? Humans certainly sweat a lot, but we don't sweat alone. In fact, Kambarov notes, sweat is a mammalian trait. Other key mammals traits include fur or hair, nursing infants with milk, and while all ancestral mammals could sweat, some modern animals have lost the trait. Among them are pigs and whales.
Okay, so you're also breaking up a bit. I do want to remind you that that's the answer to question number 4. What are 2 mammal traits? He read those just now, so if you haven't answered those. Let me go down a bit here. See what the next question is. It says, how did Kambarov get samples of monkey and chimpanzee skin? Alex, why don't you try? See if you can have some better sound. Where it says you don't see.
You don't see other mammals wiping their sweaty brows because most mammals sweat glands that are concentrated on the palms of their hands and on the soles of their feet. Even mice have sweat glands on their palms and soles. This might seem like an inconvenient place to release slippery sweat. In fact, sweat helps mammals get a grip. Move a dry hand across the tabletop. It slides easily, Kambarov says. However, she notes, if you have sweat on your hands, it'll start to suction. Just like wetting a suction cup helps it stick onto a wall inside your shower. A little water or sweat helps hands and feet grip. Humans have far more eccrine glands and many more places than most do mammals. Scientists suspect that our sweatiness has gone along with our hairlessness, Kambarov says. The less hair you have, the more skin space there is for sweat glands. And bare skin means that sweat can evaporate and cool better than if the water gets trapped by fur.
All right, so what I'm going to ask you guys to do, because we're all having problems with our sound, it seems, is just to continue reading and answering the questions and make sure you said anything you want to share with me before we go.
No.
Okay, thanks again for your amazing work last week. I really, I actually enjoyed grading for once, so that's saying quite a bit. You're really entertaining with your videos, and I hope I can find a similar activity for us to do before the end of the quarter. With that being said, I do want you to know that we are having online progress reports going out May 1st, which is at the beginning of next week, I think. Is that May 1st would be, oh, that's Wednesday of next week. So, oh wait, that's not right. That was April. So, Friday. Oh, it's this Friday. Woo, this Friday, progress reports are gonna be put online. So if you have any work that you need to get in before that, make sure you do so. Okay, I've been pretty forgiving for accepting late work, and this most recent assignment, the one that is for the enter to win $250,000, that one I'm not going to even count late for the entire quarter. If you turn it in, you get full credit. Okay, so keep in mind if you have not turned it in. Yes.
For the $250,000 thing, do you need can you just submit a slideshow, or do you need to have like a mandatory video about you explaining what you have?
If you turn in a slideshow, let's say your slideshow has everything except for the video component. Yeah. On it and you will get a 35 out of 40. Okay.
I got a 0.
2 components. Let's say you like maybe you made visuals, but it's still a video. You can, that would be to it to go down to a C. Okay, so make sure you're missing as few components as you can. All right.
All right.
All right. Yes.
For my $250,000 thing, I got a 0.
You got a 0?
Yeah.
Who am I speaking
I
to?
think it was because I didn't have a video.
David?
Yeah.
Oh, David, did you submit it to Canvas?
Yeah.
In trouble viewing it. When we sign off here, why don't you stay with me for a minute and we'll check it out together, okay?
Okay.
All right, anybody else want to talk to me for a bit? All right, thanks for joining me today. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Stay around, David. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, bye.
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 Bukari, don't forget to add me to the.
Already added you.
All right, David. So
That's not my number. That's not my number.
Let me go back to assignments.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Choo-choo. Okay, David. So it says you turned it in late. Maybe I just didn't see it because it was late. It's a slideshow.
Yeah. I talked about all the topics about coronavirus and what we could do to fix it.
Okay, so you know what you'll get on this, right?
Yeah, 35.
Yeah. So thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'll make sure that gets in, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good week. Bye-bye.
All right, you too.
Thanks, ciao.